Securing our children's future starts as soon as they are born. Yes. As soon as you give birth, you have to start doing what? Securing their future. It's not today, but yesterday. You have to have a plan for them to graduate college debt-free. The question now is that what account do you have for your kids to go to college? What account do you have for your kids to go to college? Right? In a book, what would the Rockefeller do? How the wealthy get and stay that way, and how you can too. You can get this book from Amazon or wherever you want to get it. So what would the Rockefellers do? How the wealthy get and stay that way, and how you can too. How are the ultra wealthy able to amass fortunes and pass them on to future generations? In this book, it reveals the secret of the ultra wealthy that can change your family's financial destiny. It details the financial system used by the wealthy, including the Rockefeller family, the Kennedy family, the Walt Disney, and many others to create legacy wealth that lasts for generations. It also exposes the mistakes made by wealthy families who eventually lost the money, so you can avoid those mistakes. You want to give your kids a better life than you had, but with strategic planning and the right tools, you can do more than this. You can create a legacy of wealth and contribution that lives in what? In perpetuity, right? Benefiting generations after you. And you can do it without creating spoiled trust fund babies. Instead, your wealth can be used to empower future generations. Read this book to learn what the wealthy do, so you finally rig the game in your favor and create a lasting legacy. You can get this book anywhere. Very, very good book. I'm reading from the revised and expanded 2024 version. Okay, good. Now, let's talk about college saving. Remember, the title of our conversation is what? Graduating college debt free. What account do you have for your kids to go to college? When we talk about college planning, our mind goes to Internal Revenue Code 529. That is what is common. That is what we have out there, right? That is what so many people have. It is good. It's not that it's bad. They all come from the IRS, but it comes with some fallout, right? Now, when you have 529, the kids want to go to any other college out of the state, they may not be able to do that. They may not be able to spend all the money in that account for that. That's one. Number two, you as a parent, if you make so much money, you may not be able to use all the money in your Internal Revenue Code 529. Not only that, if your child qualify for a lot of scholarship and grants, they may not be able to use all the money in the 529, right? Now, not only that, there may be some expense, some taxes, right, that you have to pay. Though some of them, some state are tax-free, some you have to pay taxes. Now, the fifth one is that what happens if the child decide not to go to college or decide not to be able to use the money? What happens to the money you have contributed for a very long time? Those are just 5 reasons that makes this up. You may not be able to cash out this money for any other reasons, right? Okay, good. Now let's talk about another Internal Revenue Code 7702 account. Now, this swallows all the disadvantages of the 529. With 7702, number one, this account grows on compound interest. Okay. Number two, you can use this account for anything. The child wants to go to college, he doesn't want to go to college. You can use this account anyhow, anywhere, anytime. If the child decides to go out of the state to study, qualify for any of these league school, right? They are able to use this money there. Not only that, this money comes out tax-free. You do not pay taxes on it. You do not pay taxes on it. Now, even if you're a multi-millionaire, multi-billionaire, it does not affect you from using your 529. Now, just look at those advantages. And that is why we are educating our community. Though you have 529, but you want to look into 7702 because of these advantages. Number one, it grows so fast, you will not believe what you have in that account. Number two, right? You don't have to pay taxes. Everybody knows not paying taxes is the real deal in this country. Number three, you can use this account anyhow, anywhere, anytime, for any reasons. Even the parents are rich, billionaires, they can still use the money in this tax, in this account. Now, not only that, if something happens that you want to go out of state, you can still use it. Now, it also comes with so many additional benefits, which I'll be talking about as we go along. If you look at how it grows, you see that though both of them are in the market, right? But when you see for 529, it shows a little heart rhythm, right? A little heart attack. That means your money goes up, goes down, goes down. You may lose. Look at the tail edge here. You may lose all the money you have in this account, right? Just not, you want to use this money for college, right? And the market is down. What's going to happen to your money? But if you look at 7702, your money does what? It grows. The principal grows. It goes, it accumulates interest. And then both the principal and the interest compound together. So when you're talking about compounding interest, compounding method, it happens in 7702. You never lose a dime of your money. So the money grows, both the compound, both the principal and the interest, they compound together and they fix. You see that? It's a fixed index. Then it goes and then fix again. You can see it's a steady growth. And that's why we encourage every parent out there, get this for yourself, get this for your children, get it for your grandchildren. What a gift. I've met families that actually telling me, oh, our grandparent opened this account for us to go to college. Not only are we able to go to college, we are able to use it for so many other reasons. Now, we remember last year, May 5th, 2025, we listened to the news. And the news said, student loan borrowers at risk of garnished wages. Some people thought it was a joke, right? Those that missed their student loan payment and stuff like that. 15% of wages will be garnished to student loans. You see that? And it actually happened. It happened to people, close people by me. So they witnessed it. Defaulted student loan borrowers, right, will need to come up with a plan in the next few weeks as the Trump administration plans to restart involuntary collections for those who have missed payment. After 5 years, the Department of Education announced that Monday, those in default or those who have not paid on their loan for more than 270 days. And that's about how many months, right? Or those who have, could see financial consequences starting May 5th, 2025, including blocked federal payment, such as Social Security, eventually even garnished wages. So this news was from what? TheHill.com, and it actually happened. Why do we have to expose ourselves or our children to such a thing? And looking at this table, someone had student loan and they paid faithfully for 23 years. They borrowed $24,400 and they've paid back to date $32,700, and they still owe $45,273. What is that? I don't know what that can be. Is that a witchcraft or what? How will you borrow 26,400? You paid back 32,700 and you still owing 45,273. This is what we need to have conversation for. We cannot overemphasize sending our kids to school because education is very important. But what is going to happen? Now, they now said no bankruptcy or forgiveness allowed. Only death or total disability frees you. No social security or Medicaid till paid off. You're not going to get your benefit if you are owing student loans. Let us have this conversation with ourselves as adults and with our children. Education used to be a pathway out of poverty, a road to success. What has it become? The question now goes to us again. What account do you have for your kids to go to college? The current annual cost for a public 4-year in-state college is 24,920. For an what? A private non-profit 4 years, it's $58,600. It's more than that, as at the time I put this together. Now, assuming an inflation rate of 3%, the total cost of attending a 4-year college in the next 15 years, for those of you that are just having babies, or you have some little ones, could range from approximately 162,428 to as much as 381,953 for a single child, depending on the type of school they attend. It is high time we start having the conversation with ourselves, with our friends, with our colleagues. We don't want a situation, as you can see the rate at which inflation is growing. We don't want a situation that we would not be able to send our kids to college. You know what is going to happen to student loan? They're already contemplating taking it off. That student loan you think you're going to get, you better have to work hard now. Because when the student loan is taken off, what will your kids use? My kid had some student loan too. At a time when I couldn't figure out where to get the money, because signed some paper. Do you know something about signing those papers? I signed for my son, I signed for my daughter. And what does that simply mean? If they default, they are coming after me. And that actually happened. When one of them graduated and did not start, could not get work on time. You know, you start paying after 6 months, right? What happened? I got a call from the student loan department. Hello, you know what they told me? They said, one of your children, so and so and so, is yet to make payment. How do you want to make the payment? I'm like, what? I'm going to make a payment? I'm not the one that went to school, but I did sign, right? So that's exactly why we are talking about this. When you co-sign for your children to go to college, that simply means you are going to do what? You are going to make the payment. And those payments does not go away. They are not able to garnish your children's account. They come for you, the parent, father or mother. Your account will be garnished. Okay? Now, just in summary, securing our children's future starts as soon as they are born. It's not today, but yesterday. Some people said, oh, I have a 529 plan. Great. Personal savings plan. Very good. Scholarship and grant. But would you want to consider some other college saving plans options like 7702, which does what? Has a non-taxable, that is tax-free index universal life cash value that can help your child do what? Do any of these I put together here. In addition to everything you have, you don't want to miss out the dessert, right? The real meal, the entree. 7702 is the entree. All the ones you have up there, they can be dessert. Let's go for the entree. With this 7702 account, the non-taxable IUL cash value, it can help your child do what? Pay for college. Not only pay for college, they can buy their first car. Not only buying their first car, it can be what a destination wedding for them. They can deposit for their first house. They can make a deposit for their first house. Not only that, they can invest in annuity, financial portfolios, any investment they want to do right from this account. Number 6, they can pay off their mortgage maybe in their old age or even before their old age. They can use this college saving account to do what? Pay off their mortgage. Are you kidding me? They can start a business. Not all of them want to go clocking for somebody. They want to start a business. They want to get a franchise. They can use the cash value for anything they want to do. Now, not only that, it can also be what? A supplemental tax-free retirement income for them. You say, really? A retirement income? Yes. Remember, the entire policy, you can spend it while you are alive. Both the policy face amount and the cash value can be spent while you are living. Now, not only that, it can be taken out tax-free. Let us do what the elites are doing in this country. Whatever retirement income you have, this can be what? An additional to it. Not only that, you are never going to pay taxes on it. Another good thing about it is that they can use this money to go on vacation. So not only will they use this money to go to college, they can use this money to do what? Go on vacation. They can use it to go on vacation. A few months ago, I went to Turkey. I needed some extra money. I don't want to go to the bank or go borrow or go to, so I don't know where to get it. I just went into one of our accounts, a 7702 account, and I took out money from my cash value, $7,000, taken out tax-free from my account. Now, not only that, number 10, it can be a protection for them. God forbid they need help, they got diagnosed with terminal illness, critical illness, chronic illness. This 7702 account can start making payment while they are living. If a child is diagnosed or they become an adult, right? If they become an adult, because what we know, these children may not get any of this, but if they become an adult, one, it can be what? They can start accessing portion of their money while they are living to take care of what? Terminal, critical, and chronic illnesses. Now, not only that, it can be anything money can buy. You just imagine it. You want to buy a whole estate. You want to go into real estate, whatever business you want to do. The policy, the money in this can do that for you. And the good thing is that you can start small and increase later. You can start small. So there's something for everybody. You want a $30 policy for your child to get started. You want a $200. You want $1,000 per month to get started. Because what? It grows on compound interest. And it's going to give you everything you need. Thank you so much for joining. I know you must have learned one thing or the other from this. You can definitely reach out to me at coachvicky.com/buildwealth. Schedule an appointment and I'll be there to meet with you to talk about how this can change the life of what? Our children, right? And the next generation. Thank you. See you in the next video. Bye.